Hello guys, I am on the road just outside of my studio. There is a truck coming towards me. That's not what we're here to talk about today. I am testing out two lenses for their vlog ability. What I have on there right now is the Tamron 20mm 2.8. So yeah, this is quite a good lens. Heard it's got what has it got? Got weather sealing, Tamron, etc. Just kind of testing it out because particularly one thing I have heard about it is that it is quite noisy to focus. So right now I've actually got my Rode VideoMicro, something like that, you know, the little tiny Rode microphone plugged in, which may kind of stop some of those noises happening, but I want to try it also without the microphone, so I'll just unplug it and do that now. Let's see what happens. Right, so now I am on just the internal mic, so I just kind of want to, because I can hear it making some noises. Click in. I'm just quite interested to hear if you can hear it or we can hear it inside the camera as well. So that's kind of one test I wanted to do. And then also the other lens that I've got, which I'll swap over in a bit, is the Samyang 18mm, so it's a bit wider. And I've heard it doesn't make so much noise. So yeah, kind of between the two, I want to make a decision as to which one actually works for me. Also, so this, you know, just as a reference, this is fully extended arm. This is kind of nicely relaxed, bent arm without too much stress, you know. So yeah, I kind of wanted to test these two lenses out because I have at the moment like 2-3 other lenses. None of them are quite wide enough because obviously I've now got, hang on, let me just plug it back in. Makes more sense, doesn't it? So there we go, you can probably hear me better now. Yeah, I've got the Sony A7iv 24-70 f4, which obviously being 24mm at the widest isn't quite, you kind of probably something like this in terms of the actual framing. So yeah, so that's one thing. So yeah, I'm kind of wanting to get some sort of wide angle that also is quite small, that I can kind of just have in my bag and like not take up too much room, also keep it less conspicuous, so I don't feel so self-conscious walking down the road with it. Because already, so I'm like currently actually vlogging on my new Sony A7iv, so you know, great camera, but it is a bit bigger than my GoPro. Okay, that's probably enough for now. I'll just do, one good thing about this lens is that it does have quite a small minimum focus distance, so it's actually like 11 centimeters, so you can get quite close to it and it still should be in focus. Yeah, which I really do like, because I like getting quite close. Even though it's wide angle, I like getting quite close and like kind of immersing the frame in the subject, you know. I quite like getting quite close and kind of get in textures, and you know, you get a real feel of the macro world, as well as kind of, I guess, you know, using a wide angle lens, kind of getting a more sort of establishing shot like that. That'll probably do. what I might do actually is just do this. I'm just kind of wanting to then listen out for any of the noises it makes. But then, yeah. So now I'm unplugged again, and then doing this just to try and get some noise on the microphone. Let me know what you think. Can you hear it? Okay, so now I'll plug you back in. Actually, something that I forgot, which I'm going to, through the magic of video editing, splice this back in, because this is back on the Tamron. I forgot to test the punching in situation, and also kind of, I guess, the focus on it. I can see the things actually flickering a bit in there. Yeah, so this is just at normal non-APS-C mode, or 35mm mode, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I'm going to turn over and then punch in. So, well, yes, this is now punched in. As you can see, this is my face. Punched right in. But this is at full extension here, and like, you know, angles. Oof, the wind. Angles on the elbows. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like, that is definitely too close for me. Just gonna walk back this way. Also, wanted to do is test how close you can get to with this. Look at all that. Look, you can see my pores and everything. Probably see up my nose, in my ears. But yeah, I won't show you up the nose, in my ears. But yeah, quite interesting, because obviously what the APS-C mode does is that it crops in on the sensor. I don't know what numbers it is. I think it's like, because it's already downsampled, 7K, something or other, blah blah blah. People talk about this stuff in other videos. Maybe check that out if you're interested. But yeah, what I'm interested in is how close you can get. But then also, I'm gonna do the microphone test. So unplugging the microphone. Now I'm kind of just listening for how it focuses when it's APS-C mode, because I can hear it still, can hear it still, can hear it still. Okay, back out of the APS-C mode, and that's it. So I'll splice this in somehow into another video magic, video editing, etc. Nice one. So now I'm just going to swap over to the Samyang, and I will get back to you. Okay, and we are back. So now we have the Samyang 18mm f2.8. This is at full arm's length. This is just that kind of bent elbow arm, you know, comfortable extensionness. So this or this. Yeah, I can already see, obviously there's an extra 2 mils of stuff that's around. You can see more of the background around here, which I think is kind of better for what I'm looking for, because I'm kind of looking for like a I guess a replacement for my GoPro. GoPros are amazing. They're amazing in like sunlight, which actually here in London is usually an anomaly, but it is, you know, it's coming to spring, it's coming to summer, probably quite windy. I apologize for that. And also there's a guy like using a what is it, a water blaster to wash a car down here, so I apologize for any noise that you may be experiencing. But yeah, I'm gonna try and, oh, we're in the shadow now. Yeah, so the idea behind this is to try and find something that kind of replaces my GoPro with a lot better quality. That, you know, the what I did have was the A7iv, which again is an amazing camera, but it didn't have the flip screen. I didn't really need the massive megapixels that has for photography. I actually found it just filled up my memory cards too fast. I never really took photos, to be honest. You know, these cameras for me are much more about getting footage. So yeah, just gonna test this one out. For that, I think, you know, in comparison to GoPro wideness, this is probably very much similar. But also what I want to try out, what I tried out on the Tamron, was the noise of the focusing, because like I said, the Tamron has been said that the Tamron is very noisy to focus. So I'm going to test. I've heard that this is not. This is quite quiet. So yeah, I'm going to test this out. One thing about it though is that it doesn't have quite a small minimum distance. So I think this is like around 24 centimeters, whereas the other one was 11 centimeters. So these up closes probably are out of focus, although I can't really see that on the screen. Yes, okay, so one thing I forgot to say was, obviously got rid of the R3, so I'm jumping around all over the place trying to explain various bits all at the same time. I hope you can kind of piece it all together as it comes out of me. But yeah, got rid of the R3, now have the A7 IV, and yeah, it has the articulating lens, which I'm pointing at now, and it's right there. Yeah, which makes it good for vlogging, obviously. Oh yes, one thing I'm going to try. So it is like, so I do have the, like I said, the VideoMicro, the Rode VideoMicro on. Currently it's plugged in. It is actually very windy as well, so I mean it's probably going to annoy you once I unplug it, so I'm going to unplug it now. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it's more actually to hear the focusing noise in the lens than it is about me talking to you. Okay, so you can probably hear him behind me. I'll just walk away a little bit. But yeah, I now have the external mic unplugged. So now, if you can hear over the spray guy, you should be able to hear, or not hear, as this is now the Samyang as opposed to the Tamron, the focusing mechanism which is inside the lens. So I'm trying to just make sure it doesn't make too much noise. So obviously when we're vlogging, not that I really vlog in very quiet places, but when we do vlog, it's can be quite annoying to have these clicky noises. And what do we think of like the focus? Is it okay? Because I have heard some of these Samyangs, you can get a bad batch, or one within a bad batch. Although they may have, you know, done their QC quality control a bit better these days, I'm not sure. Because I have heard that they can lose focus on people. But this seems to be okay. I mean, I've got, actually I'll plug you back in. So now I've got the microphone back in there. Just testing. Just testing, what was it? So, oh yes, I was going to say, I've got the A7 IV set purely to auto, fully auto, just for ease of this thing, I can't really be bothered dealing with all the ISOs and shutter speeds and stuff, so I think the exposure and everything will probably be all over the place. But it's kind of akin to part of the setup I want to achieve with this, where it is kind of just pick it up, press record, and then it starts going. Obviously when I do more cinematic stuff and other things, yeah, I'm going to set whether it's to... Also this is, sorry I didn't say, this is on 25 frames per second. And obviously the great thing, or weird thing, about the A7 IV is that it can do 4K 60, with the caveat that I'm sure everybody's heard about, where you can only do it in crop mode. So this is crop mode. Obviously this crops in, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's like 1.5 or something like this. Yes, that's what it looks like, and this is with an angled arm, you know. This is out all the way stretched. So you can see my head is still very much filling the frame. Now I'm just going to stop you and changing you back to the non-punched in APS-C mode. So that's kind of the test done, I think. Let me know what you think, which is the better lens. How's the focus on either of them? How's the noise? I'm particularly interested in the noise. For me, this Samyang, even though it's like 18mm, it's slightly bigger in terms of wideness. It actually is smaller on the body. One annoying thing, or one thing about it, I think it only goes to, it doesn't say it on there, only goes to f/16, so that's like the biggest or biggest f-stop that it can go to, which is kind of annoying if you want to get like full-on landscapes and things. But I guess as a wide angle lens you don't really need to worry too much about that. Everything should more or less be in focus when, oh look, there's James. Hey! Yes, James, one of the lovely characters that does frequent the road. This is the road, actually, if I haven't said already, where my studio is. Yes, I did say that right at the beginning, didn't I? Yes. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. That's the test done. Let me know what you thought. I am not a lens reviewer, so this is not very technical. It's more just some test for me, so I can make a decision on which lens I like better. So yeah, after this I'm going to go review it on my computer and then make a decision. That's it. So if you like this, if it made sense to you, you know, like, subscribe, comment down below, which did you prefer, which is your favorite, did you hear the sounds? That's it. I think that's it. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one, and until then, or when we do that, just keep on drifting. Catch you later.